We continue to learn more in the case of Escambia County deputy shooting a man outside his home.
Today, the witness in this case revealed his identity for the first time and responded to investigators' version of events. Fox 10 News reporter Corey Pippen has his story.
Bullet holes remain in the car and side of the home on Shadow Lawn Lane where 60-year-old Roy Middleton was shot by Escambia County deputies. Sheriff David Morgan says a preliminary investigation shows Middleton failed to respond to numerous verbal warnings before the shots were fired. Deputies responded to the home after a neighbor dialed 911, confusing Middleton for a thief inside the car he shared with his mother, Ceola Walker. Morgan says the two deputies approached the home, one commanding Middleton to exit the vehicle.
When Mr. Middleton exited the vehicle, he did it in a lunging motion and very quickly and spun towards the officers. He then did not raise his hands. He raised a hand to the best of our knowledge, again from what we've got from our officers and from the eyewitness, and he had a metallic object in his hand.
Middleton's family says he was shot once in the left thigh and another bullet grazed his right thigh. Walker says her son told her he was looking in the car for an item when he heard the deputies arrive. According to Walker, her son got out of the vehicle with his hands up, and the metallic object in his hand were his keys. At the press conference, Sheriff Morgan addressed questions and concerns regarding why it took around 15 rounds of ammunition to be fired in this situation. He accounted that to officer anxiety.
We had at that time a suspect, we believed to be a suspect, that was non-compliant with the officer's directions. Again, the officer feared that he had a weapon in his hand, and he fired.
But neighbor Andre Lazan says he watched here from his yard only feet away and says Middleton appeared to follow instructions.
He began getting out of the vehicle, backing out of the vehicle with his hands up. I could see his hands through the windows of the vehicle from my angle. Officer started yelling at him to get down on the ground, and whenever he did, his hands disappeared from my sight through the windows, and he made like a slight dip motion. Whenever he turned towards the officer began shooting. Knowing who it is, I would say he was likely cooperative.
Reporting from Pensacola, Corey Pippen, Fox 10 News.
The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is currently investigating the incident. Both deputies involved have been placed on administrative leave. We'll be right back.